What's up, guys? Today we're going to be showing you guys how to never get tripod swept again. Tripod sweep is a foundational sweep that you learn when you first start your jiu-jitsu journey, and it is a good sweep from white belt all the way up through black belt. So I'm going to show you guys some ways to stop that. All right, so a lot of times when we're dealing with a tripod sweep, it happens when we're standing up and trying to pass our opponent's closed guard. So I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm controlling a hand as I start to stand up in my opponent's closed guard. As I stand up, he drops his hips and he puts his foot in my hip. He places his second foot behind my knee. He pushes and pulls, and boom, I wind up getting swept. Prevention is the key, kids, here. We want to make sure that he cannot place his first foot. So as I start to stand up in my base and I realize his hips are not coming with me, I need to draw my elbow back into my hip area, preventing that foot from being ever placed. Now his only other option is to place that foot into De La Hiva. So I'm blocking here. As he goes to place into De La Hiva, I want to dive my hand into that hole here. I'm going to put my hand all the way across, reaching for that cross shoulder here, and I'm going to start into my pressure passing, trying to touch his knee to his nose, walking my hips, and passing the guard. All right? The second way that we will never get tripod swept again, okay? So we're doing this exact same sequence. I'm trapping my opponent's hand. I'm standing up to pass his guard. He leaves his hips on the ground, but he beats me to my hip before I had a chance to prevent it, right? So now I'm dealing with the foot that's behind my knee. I need a really solid base as I begin to do this. If I go to attack his hand here and break this off my posture like I do with a lot of other things, I am gonna get swept. As I break this off, he's gonna push me and I'm gonna wind up getting swept. So I cannot worry about the hand once he's got his feet in place, all right? So we're gonna do the exact same sequence that we've been doing. I've been trapping my opponent's hand and I'm standing up to break open his closed guard. As I stand up to break open his closed guard, he beats me to my hip and he gets his foot in here, all right? So I cannot go to this hand, because if I go to the hand I showed you, you will get swept from there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to turn my knee in. As I turn my knee in, I swim my foot around behind the leg, okay? So one more time, I turn my knee in, I swim my foot, and I step around behind the leg. My hand grips will now go to both legs here. I'm going to drive both of his legs one direction and sit upon his hip, right? As I sit upon his hip, I'm going to place my hand to the ground behind both of his knees here. My other hand's gonna feed around behind his head when I let go of the knee, and I'm gonna slide around to that back position into that forklift style, passing into side control. And I've got my side control here. All right, guys, the third way to never get tripod swept again. I'm gonna be standing up in my opponent's closed guard to break open their guard like I have been. I'm trapping his hand. My hand is in the center of the chest. Maybe I have both lapels. I step up on the side that I have the hand trap. He leaves his hips on the ground. As I stand up with my second leg, he drops into his tripod sweep, all right? I've got to have a super strong, super secure base here. My hand is gonna slide back ever so slightly to improve my base. My hand that is controlling the sleeve. Now it's gonna come and I'm gonna cup that shin. As I cup that shin, I have to slightly push forward so that I can step forward with my leg and kick around to the back. As I kick around to the back, I'm gonna grab his outside pant leg and I'm gonna turn my hip and leg drag him that way, putting my knee in here so that he can't turn back into me. As he turns back into me, I drop into my side control position, pull my knees in, all right? That's the third way to never get tripod swept again. You guys give it a try, let us know what you think. All right, guys, here are two footwork drills that you guys can utilize to help you guys never get tripod swept again. All right, so my hands are gonna go on my opponent's knees here as he's hooking the back of my legs. I'm gonna turn my knee in, pass that leg over, pass it behind his leg, turn my knee in, pass over, pass behind the leg, step back, let him reinsert, and then I just keep working it. All right, that's drill number one. Drill number two is when I'm cupping the shin, all right? So I'm cupping the shin, so the leg movement's a little bit different when I cup the shin. So my hands move from down here, from up here to down here. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kick forward with my foot. As I drive his shin in a little bit with my hand, I kick forward with my foot and I get into my back step. So opposite side, kick forward into my back step. Kick forward in my back step. Kick forward in my back step.
get